New Year's Eve, a night for reflection, for celebration, for hope. But for America, December 31st has also been a deadline for disaster, a final, fatal entry in the ledger of some of our nation's greatest mistakes. We think of tonight as a clean slate, but history doesn't reset at midnight. Tonight, we're looking at 3 December 31st mistakes so profound. They didn't just ruin a holiday, they altered the course of the 20th and 21st centuries. These are stories of financial blindness, diplomatic failure, and a tragedy of public trust. Mistake number 1. The fateful dinner, the illusion of prosperity. 1929. October 29, 1929, Black Tuesday, the stock market crashes. But the true mistake wasn't the crash itself, it was the catastrophic failure to understand it. And that failure crystallized on New Year's Eve. The mistake, a toast to denial. While millions faced ruin, the nation's most powerful bankers, the heads of J.P. Morgan, Chase, and National Citibank, gathered for a private, lavish New Year's Eve dinner at the Metropolitan Club in New York. Their agenda, to publicly present a united, confident front, to declare the crisis over. Their statement, released to the press that night, insisted the banking system was strong and the worst had passed. It was a masterclass in elite disconnect, the consequence and lesson. This wasn't just bad PR. This deliberate, public misdiagnosis delayed critical government intervention. It convinced many to hold on to failing investments. It prolonged and deepened the crisis, helping turn a market crash into the decade-long Great Depression. The mistake, when those in power prioritize preserving confidence over confronting reality, they transform an economic problem into a human catastrophe. That dinner symbolized a system protecting itself while the foundation crumbled. Mistake number 2. The deadline of doom, abandoning Vietnam. December 31st, 1946 jump to 1946. World War II is over. Colonial empires are crumbling. In Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh has declared independence from France. A young, idealistic American officer is on the ground. Major Archimedes Patty, the mistake, walking away. Patty and others filed reports. Ho Chi Minh was first and foremost a nationalist, not a Soviet puppet. They saw an opportunity for the U.S. to back an independence movement and guide a new nation. But France, our ally, demanded its colony back. On December 31, 1946, the U.S. made its fatal choice. The last American liaison officers, the ones who understood the situation on the ground, were ordered to withdraw. We officially abandoned the Vietnamese independence movement to side with our European ally. That night, as the officers left, full-scale war broke out between the Viet Minh and French forces. The U.S., by choosing the colonial power over the nationalist one, set a course for a future far more devastating war. The consequence and lesson. The next 30 years of U.S. policy in Vietnam were built on this original New Year's Eve mistake, misidentifying a complex independence struggle as a simple Cold War chess move. We chose alliance politics over ground truth, and it cost over 58,000 American lives and millions of Vietnamese. The lesson, strategic decisions made for short-term diplomatic convenience, while ignoring local reality, can echo for generations. Mistake number 3, the party poisoned the wide gloat. December 31st, 1999. Our final mistake is quieter, but perhaps more insidious. The year 1999, we'd survived the non-event of Y2K, the dot-com bubble was inflating, and in Washington, a massive, bipartisan victory party was underway. The mistake, repealing the rules. That victory was the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, signed just months before. It repealed the Glass-Steagall Act, the Depression-era law that separated boring commercial banks from risky investment banks. The proponents toasted on December 31, 1999, calling it modernization, the end of antiquated rules. The mistake was the triumphant, unquestioning mood, the belief that sophisticated markets had outgrown old safeguards, the celebration of deregulation as an inherent good, without a sober thought for the systemic risks being uncorked with the champagne. The consequence and lesson. The direct line runs from that New Year's toast to the 2008 financial crisis. The repeal allowed the creation of too big to fail megabanks whose reckless speculation with ordinary deposits would later require a trillion-dollar taxpayer bailout. The lesson? The most dangerous mistakes are often celebrated as wisdom in their time. When experts declare a complex problem solved and pop the cork, it's often the moment to be most vigilant. Conclusion. The midnight lesson. Connecting the threads. 3 different New Year's Eves. 3 different centuries. What's the common thread? It's the failure of perspective. 1929, the elite's view from the penthouse. 1946, the diplomat's view from a distant capital. 1999, the technocrat's view from a spreadsheet. Each time, the people making the fateful call were insulated from suffering, from ground truth, from consequence, and each time, the bill came due, paid by millions who weren't in the room. Final thought in CTA, as the clock strikes midnight tonight. History's lesson is this: true renewal doesn't come from forgetting the past year's errors, but from honestly confronting them. The clean slate we need isn't a new calendar, but clearer perspective. Which of these New Year's mistakes do you think had the longest ripple effect, and what modern celebration of wisdom might we look back on with regret? Let me know in the comments. If you found this dive into history's shadows valuable, give us a like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more. Until next time, Happy New Year and thoughtful reflections.